Hi people, I'm Alejandro Prieto and I am a postdoctoral researcher at the Department of Geography, Prehistory and Archaeology from the University of the Basque Country and the Department of Prehistory from the University of Erlangen-Nuremberg in Germany. Maybe you are asking yourself why a guy like me is presenting his research on this totally special high-tech scientific center focuses on material science and engineering. It seems that prehistory or archaeology are far away from the main focus of this center. But maybe not. I'm here today to show you the research I'm currently working on in Germany. This tries to understand the exploitation of minerals raw material, that is, rocks, in our past. I'm trying to understand if Neanderthals 50,000 years ago were practicing material science and engineering, and if it is like that, trying to understand how they did it. Do you want to see it? Then come on and follow me. What we have here are the rocks we have excavated 5 years ago from the archaeological site of Troisdorf-Ravensberg in Germany. There are small stones, but especially big ones. This is not usual in the Paleolithic context. The rock I have on my hand is very representative from the collection because it is easy to see the marks left by the Neanderthals to extract flakes from this big block 5,000 years ago. Do you see the negative mark here? When I arrived here, I asked for the nature of the rock. They answered me, this is called tertiary quartzite. Are Neanderthals selecting this specific rock? How and why this one and not others? Of course, I could not ask directly to the Neanderthals. Instead, we characterize the rocks using geological and petrological techniques. First, we explore the rock surfaces using these smoke magnifiers. We observe the color, their differences, their touch, their quartz grains. We also observe where it is possible to find more or less negative extraction mark, how these technical protocols were applied by Neanderthals. Using this more accurate and with higher resolution microstereoscope, we characterize and describe quartz grain. We measure their shapes, their size. Could you see them? We also observe the different minerals on the rocks. It is possible to see different themens with joined quartz grain in some parts, but not in others. Could you see them? Finally, with thin sections of rocks like this one, we start understanding how the structure of quartz grain and how they arrange one each other's and how they work. We observe and analyze them through this petrographic microscope. That is how we can understand the different themens of these rocks, where they are and where they aren't. We could recognize this rock as a secret rather than a quartzite, but especially that there are 3 different facies, 3 rocks varieties. Each of these facies has specific features, characteristics, and each one behaves different when they are napped or used. And the most important thing, it seems that the Neanderthal exploit more intensively one variety than the others. One of these was used. Moreover, the last one was not exploited, and they just were, let's say, industrial waste. And how the Neanderthals were aware about it. That's when we observe the material science and engineering of how the Neanderthals. They did not probably use magnifier or microscope like this one. Instead, they see, they touch, they feel the materials like I'm doing now. They probably feel it. As Bernard de Chartres on the 11th century, they could feel it because they are standing on the shoulder of giants. They stand of thousands, even millions of observations of accumulated experience stocked on their cultures, on their way of living, and developed on previous and successive millennia. This experience is not easy to measure today, but through the use of current material science technique, we could characterize the rock from archaeological site. It is then, and only under this position, when we can start talking about these cultures and how human beings, when we start understanding the material science and engineering. We are then understanding the site of Troisdorf, but also the technological processes that allow us to figure out this site as a workshop or a proto-quarry. We are, just today, understanding its importance on the past landscape and also to observe how this population were managing their environments. All this information allows us to think about our past, about what we are today, our behavior on the present to maybe promote a better future. I expect this slide of research has interested to you. Also, can think about the importance of social and human science not only in promoting new materials, but in understanding the people behind them.